That's right, guys. We're talking all about Sacramento and things you need to know before you live here. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and me and Deborah are going to give you some thoughts of things that you need to know before you move into the area. But before we go any further, please, if you are getting any good information out of this, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you hit that ding to get notified, because we're coming out with videos every single week, and we're here really just to help you guys out. So also, if there's content that you guys want or information that you guys want, please let us know in the chat. If there's a video you want, we'll get out there. We'll make sure we get it done for you.
First thing on our list would be the weather. It's really hot here. Right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, depending on what time of the year it is, it's definitely hot. Most of the time, it's nice. It's dry, but
very dry.
Yeah, but you do get times in the season where, I mean, we just went through it. It was probably 2 weeks of 100 and 110, right? Yeah, we topped that at 112, and it got a little too hot for me, which I love the sun, but it even got a little bit too hot for me to walk outside. So definitely the weather would be the first thing. The second thing is it is dry, so you're gonna kind of really feel it on the skin. And then the other thing with the weather is we really don't get a lot of true seasons.
Exactly. They're short seasons.
Yeah, short, simple, sweet, right? So we might get maybe a month, maybe a half a month. I don't know. We don't really get that much of a spring or fall. It comes pretty quick when it does come, and when you think, oh, we're finally gonna get some fall weather, all of a sudden it heats right back up. So it's yeah, you got to get used to it for sure. But at night, we got the Delta weather, right?
Definitely.
Or I should say the Delta breeze that comes through, which is really nice. I would say probably 90% of the time we can sit outside. For us, we got a little fireplace outside, so we'll turn that on for the kids, do some s'mores, have a couple drinks while we're sitting out there with some friends, and it's usually, like I say, it's pretty nice out there.
Definitely. Nights and mornings are where it's at. It definitely cools down. We look forward to that. And again, the heat is mainly in the summer. It warms up again in the spring. It's bearable. We're just babies.
Yeah, for sure.
But we do have shorter seasons.
Definitely. Number 2 on our list, which I think kind of goes with the weather, is going to be allergies, which I know someone right here who gets affected pretty bad.
My allergies. They're horrible. They were horrible growing up, which I grew up in the valley. I'm now up here. My husband thought they would go away and I would be doing better. But I am going to the allergist regularly now, and I'm getting injections because my allergies are so bad. Be prepared.
But it's not that bad. And we got really, really good doctors out there that if you need treatment, they can take care of you. Also, I'm no expert here. I'm not a doctor, but if you get local honey, and it has to be local, which we do have some guys out here selling the local honey, I do hear that actually will take care of those allergies for most people.
It helps.
It helps, yeah. Unfortunately, my wife really gets hit by it.
Like I said, I'm going to an allergist. If you need his name and number, I'd be happy to give it to you. He's amazing.
Yeah. Other than that, what are we doing? We're going on to number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3. So let's get into, and again, I think this works with the weather, is bugs. So we do have some bugs. I would say probably the biggest thing is going to be your mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes,
Right?
definitely.
Yeah, as soon as that sun comes out, or I should say, as soon as the sun comes out and it starts warming up a little bit, ground's still a little bit wet. It's like if you go outside for a little bit, you definitely get eaten up pretty good.
In the evening,
yeah,
you're gonna get eaten up.
Yeah, again, I'm not a doctor. I like to eat garlic though. I think it helps me out. But my poor wife, she does get eaten up by those things pretty bad. We come in, and I mean, we've got every remedy possible to try to get that bug juice out of there. But they do treat for it. So Sacramento County's pretty good about it. Placer County is really good about it. El Dorado as well. If you're within that city, they do come out, they spray, they try to take care of a lot of this stuff naturally. So you'll see all of a sudden any standing water that's in some of these beautiful areas that you like to walk, the green belts, you're gonna start seeing tadpoles in there because they dump them in there. Of course, the frogs and tadpoles start eating up some of those mosquitoes, and then they do some treatments around there. We actually, because ours gets so bad, which we're more in the Placer County area, we actually have a guy that comes out and treats the area. He tells us, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but he tells us our treatment actually is gonna take care of a couple blocks. But he'll basically come in, he puts a little trap on one side to grab the, I guess, mother mosquito, and then the other areas, he basically comes in, he sprays around into the bushes just to hopefully take care of them all. But they do go away. It's a couple weeks, right? About a couple weeks. And then they usually finally kind of move on.
Yes, but when we first moved here, family came to town to visit and they called it Mosquito Park because we went to our nearby park and we got attacked by mosquitoes. So be prepared with your bug spray if you are thinking about moving to the area.
Yeah, another one that we get, I don't think it's really as bad, but we do get wasp. They like to build onto the side of the house. Same thing, we've just got someone, I'm not gonna mess with them, but we've got someone who comes out, knocks them down, sprays for him if he needs to. And then, but like I said, I don't really think that one's that bad. The other thing we do get, depending on the area that you're at, we're not too bad at it, but we will get different types of beetles. And then, other than that though, bugs, I would really say the wasp are the thing that really bug everybody. So, yeah. So other than that, let's see, we're going on to...
Next on our list, let's talk about MelloRoos.
Oh yeah, MelloRoos, that's a good one.
We got a lot of MelloRoos out here, special assessment taxes, and HOAs.
Yeah, so depending on, again, where you're at, if you're in the Sacramento area, especially some of the older neighborhoods, you're really not gonna have that MelloRoos, not gonna have that special assessment tax, but you will get some of the HOAs depending on where you're at. When you get a little bit more to the north side, into your, say, Roseville, Rockland, well, I wouldn't say really Loomis, but Roseville, Rockland, Lincoln Granite Bay for sure. Even Folsom, El Dorado, that's where you're gonna see some more of those special assessment taxes come in. You're gonna see some more of those MelloRooses come in just because those areas are still developing. But then if you go down the 50 side and you're more into your Fair Oaks, Carmichael, again, if there's an HOA there, that's about all you're gonna have. Other than that, you should be pretty good. But they can, depending on where you're at, they can get pretty expensive. Lincoln's probably one of the highest ones that I've seen around there. It depends, $300-400 bucks. And then you got HOAs depending on where you're at, especially if you're in the 55 and older communities. Those things can really kind of raise up there pretty good. And then other than that, MelloRooses aren't too bad when you get down a little bit further there. So.
Yeah, the good thing about those is the area is always beautiful.
Yes, yes.
They take care of us. Our neighborhoods are gorgeous. The plants, they pull out and replant every spring. We always have new, beautiful, clean, our streets are awesome, our schools are taken care of. It's just, you get what you pay for. You know?
If you want a nice area, especially the MelloRoos part, you gotta get in there, especially if you're in those newer areas. It really is what's paying for that infrastructure, the schools for you, the trails, keeping the green belts green. They even go to the part of, instead of going into the green belts, which we just had them over here, is the goats.
Our goats, we love our goats.
Yeah, so they bring goats in. These guys eat up all this stuff. They're not mowing this down. They're not weed eating it down. They let the goats actually eat it, naturally fertilize it, and move on with life, which is cool. But all that stuff, of course, is more expensive, and we do pay for it, but it's just so nice up here.
And it's something to think about before you move to the area.
Definitely. And then the last thing, or I'm not gonna say the last thing, I think number 5, we're on number 5. We're on number 5.
4 or 5.
I think we're on number 5. So we're on number 5. That's gonna be the traffic. So Not as bad as some of you guys coming from the Bay Area.
Not as bad, nowhere near.
Yeah, we've had a couple of people from New York contact us. Hey, we're nowhere near you guys. But from when I grew up to now, there are some traffic areas, some traffic jams. I would say probably the two worst are 65? 65, which is gonna be up north. You got a lot of traffic just because they have the big, huge mall up there. 50, if you're trying to get to the 50, whether you're taking it to get to, say downtown and you're working down there, you do have that at certain times that it gets busy. But then you also have the weekend traffic that is headed to Tahoe.
Up the hill.
Yeah, so we personally, insider information, we like to go up the 80 to North Tahoe. I think most people like to go to South Tahoe just because you have your gambling, you got
all the casinos are there. But we tried to stay away from going the South way.
Yes, it's a little bit more traffic. It could take a little bit longer depending on when you go up there. So
exactly.
What are we on now? 6. So we're on number 6.
I would say the utilities.
Yeah.
Utilities, depending on where you're at, you either have PG&E, or you have SMUD, or you have City of Roseville.
Yeah. So one of the three, and really, PG&E, everybody knows it. If you're on PG&E, man, get ready, especially if you have a pool and you don't have any solar out here. It's gonna get expensive. If you're up the hill a little bit, we're talking about into El Dorado County now. Everybody's heard of it. If it gets too windy, they will shut you off. Actually, if you're into the Roseville on their grid, or if you're on SMUD, not too bad. Those are actually pretty good prices. It's just the PG&E that you gotta look out for. But Roseville and SMUD, actually, I think, what do we pay? You like it at what, 71, 72? Even during the winter time, she's running the AC.
I have a short frame. I have to be in between 71 and 73 at all times.
Yeah. So I think our bill, I don't even know. I don't pay the bills. She pays the bills. What is our bill? In the middle of summer, we're at 71 all day, all night. What are we paying? 200?
I'd say average 110 to maybe 230.
Okay, and
max.
we're on that Roseville grid. So again, it's not that bad. The only bad part is, like I say, if you're on PG&E, if you're up in those El Dorado Hills area, especially on those larger houses, you could be anywhere from $500 all the way up to, I've heard, $1,000. So good and bad, I guess, with that one.
And also, if you're up in a dry area and you are on PG&E, you might want to buy what are they called? I can't think. A generator.
Yeah.
You might want to have a generator just in case they shut you down. But here in Roseville, we don't have to worry about that because we pay the City of Roseville, and we haven't had to. Thank God, we haven't had to deal with that.
Yeah. So, if you're up the hill and you're like, say, Upper Auburn, Forest Hill.
Penryn.
Well, yeah, some of those areas, when it gets windy, or if you're on the 50 side, again, up in the top part, then you can definitely have PG&E come out there and shut you off because of a windy day. And we have had a couple clients. You can do two things. One, you just buy a generator, have it there on the side, plug it in when you need it, get it going. But I've actually had a few clients that it's happened enough, unfortunately, that what they end up doing is they buy 1 to 2 generation packs that are actually plugged into the house. And I'm talking, you see a flicker and boom, their power's back on, and they say they can power about 80% of their house. As long as they pay attention to it, they don't have any issues. So
here in Sacramento, I guess everything is about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, depending on if you want to go up to the mountains, to Lake Tahoe, that kind of thing, casino, or if you want to go to the Bay Area. Traffic, it's going to take about 2 hours. The beach, closest.
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, and I guess we're listing it as you need to know, but we're so close, but yet so far away from everything. 2 hours, like Deborah said, from Tahoe. Actually, an hour and a half if you go on the north side. Again, depending on where you're at. If you want to get to the Bay Area, Still, hour and a half, 2 hours, you're in the Bay Area. We still have people, I don't know why, but they're still commuting to the Bay Area from out here, and they actually love it. If you want to get to wine country, Napa, I think takes about an hour 45, right?
I would say an hour and 20 if you drive like me, but...
Yeah. And then you also have Lodi not too far, which is probably a straight hour. No matter how fast or how slow you're driving, you're getting there. And we're so close to the foothills, which really you're there in about 2 seconds. So it's really not too bad. But then again, if you are used to being in the Bay and you know just want to jump to the beach, you're gonna have a little bit of a drive, but then yet you are closer to Tahoe or just getting out there and doing some hikes, right?
But we also have Folsom Lake so close. It's right in our backyard. 2 hop, skips, and a jump, and you can have a lake beach.
Definitely. And then I would say the last one, number 8, I think we're on now, hopefully, which actually took us a minute to get used to, which I don't know if this is a bad thing, but how friendly people are. It's a little different. I would walk out, and I'm so used to where we came from. You walk out, you jump in the car, and you go. It might take you a minute to get in the car and get out of here, especially with your neighbors out there if they're talking or whatever. And depending on the area, just because you know a lot of people are working from home now, everybody is just so friendly wherever you go. No mean mugging around here.
So I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's bad at all. We love our neighbors.
Yeah.
We go to church, we're Christian, and we grew up love thy neighbors. So I enjoy it. I walk outside, I could be in my jammies. I know I'm gonna see 2 or 3 neighbors, and I'm okay with that. If they need to borrow sugar or they need some milk, I've got it.
Yeah.
And they've done the same for us. So I love that part about the neighborhood. Everyone's so friendly.
Yeah, and same thing if you're driving, or if you're even downtown Sacramento where you kind of think maybe people are more not gonna look at you, they're still walking by and saying hi to you. I mean, most of the time you'll get at least a little quick wave, right? So it is a lot friendlier of an area than a lot of the other places that I've been, especially again talking about like Sac itself, and going to some of these other areas. You know, we've been to New York, which Portland used to be one of the nicest areas I've been to, but even going to Portland, it's like people are looking down, they're not really looking at you anymore. Here you still would get some waves and some highs as you're walking through.
Very friendly people in this area.
Yeah. So guys, this one was a little bit longer. Hopefully again you liked it. If you like the longer ones, let us know. We try to get to the point and get you guys your information so we get you back on to doing whatever else you were out there doing.
If you have any questions on bugs in the area, on your allergies in the area, on the MelloRoos, on taxes, I'm sorry, that is assessment taxes and MelloRoos, HOAs, traffic, anything like that, please feel free to message us, text us, email us. If you're thinking about moving to the area, we can help you figure out if Roseville would be a fit, if Lincoln would be a fit, if Sacramento would be a fit, if Carmichael would be a fit, Fair Oaks. We know the area and we know it well. We have plenty of clients we've worked with, and we've put them in a nice place and they're all happy where they're at. So we'd be happy to help you.
Yeah guys, thanks, and we'll see you on the next video. Again, leave us a comment if you've got some more information. We've got our phone number usually down in this corner right here. Give us a call, throw us a text, and then depending, you should be able to see on the top, what is that? I think it's going to be on your right-hand corner there. Should be a little area where you can make a quick calendar view with us, and we can jump on a 15-minute Zoom call. If you guys just want to find out kind of what the first steps are of moving forward and actually buying your first house, buying your third house, buying investment property, we'd love to help you out, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Bye.